All right, welcome to the end of the road.
The end.
Uh,
The end. The end of
Now
all.
we come to the end of the road, and we can't let go. To Survivor Tocantins.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Survivor Tocantins is the final video we'll have specifically on Survivor Tocantins. Is ranking the season, ranking the winner, and then we'll rank the cast of Survivor Tocantins, right? Welcome
Hmm.
back, Alec. How do you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Tocantins was a really great season, and I really enjoyed my time with it.
So,
Um,
I mean, if you just stumbled across this video, we went through the entire season together. We've been going through Survivor together. I'm a big fan. Alec, have been taken along chronologically. We started in Borneo, came all the way through Tocantins now, and then we just did an in-depth review on the season with that context in mind. Alec doesn't know anything of what's to come, future seasons, or anything like that. So today, essentially, what we're doing is ranking the season. We can rearrange anything in our existing ranking. We each have our own separate ones. This one on screen here is Alec's ranking of the seasons. So I'll have him rank the season, and then I'll share where I would rank it. And also worth mentioning, I did a video before the season began called Survivor Tocantins Preview and Predictions. It's a thing I've been doing the past couple seasons where I predicted a couple of different things that we addressed in the review, as well as I tried to predict where you would rank the season and the winner. So we'll see how close I am as well to that. All right. So when you look at this ranking, first of all, if you look at the current ranking of the other seasons, does that feel right to you as it
it
stands?
does. I'm looking here, and I think this does feel good. This feels right to me. Um,
You got Micronesia and Pearl Islands
yeah.
is S tier, China, the Amazon, Vanuatu, Australian Outback in A, Panama, Cook Islands, Borneo in B, Marquesas, All Stars, Fiji, Gabon, Guatemala, Palau in C, Africa in D, Thailand F. Where do you eyeballing for Tocantins? Where does it feel?
Tocantins is feeling like it's gonna be an A.
Well,
The question is where in A.
is it better than the Australian
Um,
Outback?
I think it is better than Australian Outback. Yeah,
Is it better than Vanuatu?
I think it. It might be.
So then
I'm
where
like
are
stuck
we?
between. Is it between China and Amazon or Amazon and Vanuatu? Is kind of what I'm thinking. Because I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed like looking back and seeing all where we came from. I really did enjoy the season as a whole. I think I'm gonna put it in fifth place. So I'm gonna put it after Survivor the Amazon.
Fifth
I think that
place.
feels right to
Okay.
me.
Right there in the
Yeah,
middle of
I
A
think that feels
tier.
right. Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
That feels right to me.
fair enough. My prediction
Yeah.
was top of B tier, number 7 specifically.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think I kind of underestimated a little bit the Tocantins, but I mean it's not far off. 7 out of 18 versus 5, but in A
Hmm.
tier specifically.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was another place I was considering, but like looking back and thinking about how much I really enjoyed the buddy cop dynamic and then all the coach stuff. Um. Yeah. I mean, it was good. I really liked it a lot. And then Taj just being a great element. We had um Tyson being great as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a super entertaining cast. I think the comment in one of the so we had just recorded our podcast. And there was a comment that was sort of mentioned that like it's kind of predictable at moments, but like it was. still supremely entertaining, because like sometimes that doesn't always mean it's a bad, like that's not always a bad thing, and I think this is case in point of it not being a bad thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's
yeah.
worth noting. Anytime you comment something on these Survivor videos, if it's like not spoilery, we'll usually read it in the next most recent episode that we record of the podcast. If you go to the end, we
Mhm.
read all the comments we got since the last episode. So you might
Right.
see yours in
So
there. All right.
so yeah, I feel like this just feels right. I mean, it's, as always, this is a, it's a living document, so to speak. There's always subject to change depending on my
Yeah.
whims, but this feels right. I think this feels right now to me.
Okay.
So
So let's look at where mine was at. Mine currently is Micronesia, Pearl Islands, S tier. China, Panama, Vanuatu, Gabon, the Amazon, A tier. Cook Islands, Marquesas, Borneo, B tier. Palau, Guatemala, Fiji, Australian Outback, C tier. All Stars, Africa, D tier. Thailand, and F tier. Yeah, mostly I almost torn about the A and B range, where rearranging some of those, but Panama is one of those interesting ones that I really like. Though it is like really boring pre-merge. Like the one tribe is really boring, and then the other tribe is like one of the most iconic tribes ever. And so I'm always torn on where exactly to put that. Although I do really like it. Vanuatu I really like. Gabon I really like. Yeah, so it's tough. I think I'll stick with it for now, but I could see a rearranging for sure. It's gonna get harder and harder the more seasons get added in here too.
it does. It gets very difficult here.
Because then you have to reassess everything. It's like, oh well, if I feel like this season's all the way up here, do I really think it's better than all of these? Or okay, so for Tocantins, I think it's also A tier. I do. Where I'm feeling right here. That's where I'm feeling.
That's our biggest discrepancy, I think, too, is where I have. Well, maybe not. You do have Outback lower than I do,
But it's
and
definitely the biggest
Gabon.
discrepancy is
It is
Gabon
Gabon.
versus
Yeah,
yeah.
Gabon. Yeah.
So for me, that if I keep it there, that would be 7 for me. So makes
Yeah.
sense.
So that was your prediction. There you go.
It's tough though. Yeah, Gabon is just I go back and forth on it where exactly it
Yeah.
falls. Like
Yeah, you don't have to listen to me. Yeah, I've
Gabon
said my piece on Gabon.
has more shenanigans and more chaotic elements to it, whereas Tocantins
That
is
much is certain.
more predictable and reasonable with just the coach factors in there. But
The coach factor.
there's a couple iconic individuals in that season that really elevate Tocantins a lot. Like honestly, Tocantins is one I had only watched once, like a couple years ago, and it kind of fell under the radar for me. And yeah, I wasn't sure how I would feel about it watching it again, but it definitely has gone up for me. Yeah, I think right there is good for me. But it's
All right.
interesting because I really did enjoy Cook Islands a lot, and so I just quell that a little bit with all the twists. Like
Yeah.
the twists of it all temper it a little bit to keep it
Mm.
down there in B tier, but
Yeah. It is a great season. Like
yeah.
I think I agree with you there. I really enjoyed Cook Islands quite a lot. But
But again, I'm
yeah.
someone who I love Survivor, and I think there's something great that you can take away from every season. Even bad Survivor, I think is still great, and so it's
Yeah.
like even the ones that are down technically D tier, like All Stars, I'll revisit a lot of moments from that,
Right.
and Guatemala and Palau, like they were always just okay to me, but there are some really fun moments in there. Fiji,
Hmm.
I remember when I was first watching this stretch of seasons up to this one, like I was like, wow, it's a great stretch of seasons. I don't know why Fiji gets such a bad rep,
Yeah.
but then it kind of goes down when you think about it more. And but I do really like a lot of that season too, still.
Mm.
So yeah. With that being said, yeah, I'll stick with that. S tier is interesting. You know, it's so hard to get in there in the upper
Mm.
echelon, but I'm sure plenty of people would have Tocantins in their S tier. It's interesting.
Mm.
All right, so moving on to our winner rankings. We'll start with Alex here. Currently, you have Todd, Tom, Yule, Parvati in S tier, Earl, Richard, Brian A tier, Chris B tier, Sandra, Vesepia, Tina C tier, Aris, Ethan, Bob, Danny D tier, Amber, Jenna F tier. What do you think? How do you feel about that?
What's Bob doing in there? Get Bob down to F tier.
You
Get Bob down.
want him in F
Get him
tier?
down there. Yeah, I want him in F tier.
Right there.
Yep, that looks good.
That is it.
That's it. Yeah, everything else looks pretty right. It looks pretty accurate to me. How I feel generally,
Mm-hmm.
generally speaking.
Okay. All right, we got JT hanging out down here. Where does JT go?
JT's going. So I've been thinking about this. I have been. I've been thinking about this the last week or two. He's going in S or A. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm leaning S, but the thing is, where do I put him in there? I think he's gonna go number 3.
Number 3.
This is like he's gonna beat 2 Titans here is the thing. That's I don't know if I have it in me. He's pretty recent. But the thing is, like, the more I think about like how dominant he was just in every kind of aspect of the game, he's able to sort of navigate all the social aspects of the game really well. He's able to do well in a lot of the physical stuff, a lot of the camp life stuff, like the general survivor camp life,
Mm-hmm.
navigating all that, being a useful person, and just universally liked to the degree with which we've never really seen any other contestant, any other castaway have. Um, like that in and of itself is just super remarkable. Um, but I think I think thinking about different small things that he did throughout the season, that he really did play an extremely smart game. It's like, yes, Steven was someone that he relied on for a lot of that stuff, but like I think he was still playing. He still thought a lot. He still made a lot of decisions, um, specifically in the game to further himself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and yeah, I mean, never had a single vote cast against him. I mean, that speaks in and of itself to something there too, because like people wanted him to win early on. That's crazy. What a strange thing. And it's like, well, what people seem to want, they made come true.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah. So number
I mean,
3, locking
amazing.
it in.
I think I'm locking it in there. Yeah, I
That's
mean, with
fair.
the dominance of Tom and the brilliant strategy and social play of Todd. Um, yeah, I think that you could make the case. You could make the case that he's number 1. I think. but
Certainly.
I don't know if I'm willing to stand there and say that yet.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, I predicted number 2. That's what I predicted last year.
Okay.
But I'm glad he found his way up there, because when I asked you what you were
Yeah.
feeling after the season, you're like mid. You're like somewhere in the mid tier. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, like that's that. I'm not, and I also was not like necessarily thinking about like, because when I actually see the list, that becomes its whole other ball game. Because like I don't have my tier list necessarily memorized or committed to complete memory. That's just like an initial like, yeah, he did fine, but it's like, I'm also riding high on Steven. I really liked him a lot. He's one of my favorite players in Survivor in general. But you can't downplay JT's aura.
It's undeniable.
I like him, dang it.
It's inevitable.
It is inevitable.
All right, let's see what I got here for mine. Right now I have Tom, Todd, Yule, Earl, Parvati, S tier, Richard, Brian, Chris, A tier, Tina, B tier, Sandra, Vesepia, C tier, Aris, Ethan, Danny, D tier, Bob, Amber, Jenna, F tier. I was thinking I might have had Chris in B tier, and I was thinking I should move it up, but I'm glad he's in A tier. I think he should be there. I think this is something.
Yeah.
Tina, Sandra, okay. It feels weird having a missing tier, but
it is kind of weird having a missing tier,
but also I do. I forget who commented it. Was it Josh or someone else that commented about Amber? That I've been reassessing Amber. Maybe she's too low, because she was kind of in a power duo with Rob the entire season, and was never in danger except for the one fluke merge or swap screw that she almost got screwed on.
Right.
So I do feel like she deserves a little more respect. At least the only reason I had her so low is because she won. She's one of the rare ones that have won because it was like a vote against the other person. But
yeah,
I do think she should at least be D tier, maybe. I'll at least give her this.
That is a good point. Yeah,
I'll give her that. I'll give her above Danny. Yeah. Because Danny actually didn't have any control in the game and was kind of just like the underdog at the end that was more palatable.
No, she beat the radar, Zach. She beat the radar.
She did. She continues to beat the radar all the way down the bottom of D tier. I mean, it's fair enough. Maybe she did.
She beat the F radar. She beat the F radar at least.
But we always used to have the Aris, Ethan, Danny, Amber, Jenna was always the cadence at the end. But now I have Aris, Ethan, Amber, Danny, Bob, Jenna. Doesn't have the same ring to it, but
not really,
Bob and Jenna in F tier. Jenna, I just can't get over that she wanted to quit and was kind of just like by the virtue of winning a couple immunities. Yeah, and then she would have been gone from like before Butch was even gone. The last couple of votes, and it just happened to win a couple of immunities, and yeah, it is what it is. I think that might be it. But let's see. For me, JT, I think will be number 2.
Oh,
if not number 1, maybe number 1. Who gets more? Who has more aura? You know, JT or Tom?
Tom does have some strong aura. It's true.
JT, people were like, the thing is that the Tom season's an anomaly in that like he doesn't have to navigate a pre-merge at all. they just win and then go to the merge with their tribe plus Stephanie.
Yeah.
And then he can start playing Survivor, and then he's already like recipe for success.
Yeah.
JT, yeah, I changed. JT's number one. Okay.
All right.
JT
Boom.
comes into the merge with no numbers. Not only did he have to, he was strategically, he was at the center of everything on his tribe, and then he comes
Mm.
into the merge with no numbers, and everybody comes to him and makes him the center of the merged tribe, and somehow then they just run the merge. So I don't know. I might change it. I still think there's an argument for Todd to be up there. I mean, like any of those could be number one. Todd's is just like a little less clean on paper in terms of like
Right.
he got to the end with a couple of people who both had a very good shot at winning, and they all had votes, and he was a big threat, and they knew it going towards the end of the game. So it was a little more dicey. Whereas JT did get no votes, and then they got every vote in the end. He really is not in danger at all until the last, perhaps the final four, but we never get to see it because he wins immunity from then on. But he has still a lot of adversity in that he came in a position where they should have just been crushed. And yeah, so you can take away points for being a partnership and be like, maybe if it was just him, it wouldn't have been so smooth sailing. But it's hard to fault someone for that. You just got a really good ally. That's part of the game. So I'll put him in number one. I'll do it for now.
All right, there it is.
The perfect game. Give it up for JT. But
pretty incredible.
But S tier, I actually really like all. Not only do I think they're all great winners, but I really like all of these winners too.
Yeah,
a lot of them,
they're great.
Some of my favorites. So,
yeah.
and then A tier, you got Richard, Brian, and Chris. It's an interesting little.
They all kind of have the same poses, like similar poses with their arms in here, and
which and I still obviously Richard will always be an outlier. I think he'll probably always just sit at the top of A tier on mine because it's really hard to really be like, oh no, actually this person's better than him. He's better than this person because he's just playing a completely different game. He made the blueprint. And Brian did play an amazing game. Chris has some amazing qualities, so all that bunch, and then Gap. Big gap.
The gap.
The rest
the B
of the
gap.
winners.
The B gap.
Waiting for a B tier winner to come in here, swoop in for the. So that's it for that. I'll have number one, JT. Come on now.
Give it up.
I mean, if you just look at the stretch of winners we had, I mentioned this last time, just like with Bob as an exception, just a bunch of amazing stretch of winners the last several seasons.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for real. A lot of really great Survivor that we've been watching recently.
Yeah. So with that, we'll go into the cast. Ranking the cast.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The classic, iconic, love, great, good, meh, dislike, hate. It's courtesy of whoever put this on tiermaker.com. And we'll see. We'll see. This is uniquely a shared tier list, so we just kind of collaborate on this.
Yep.
All right, and we'll just go in whatever random order. I don't know if there's any reason to the madness. Yeah. All right, so we got Aaron.
Meh? To good? Maybe? I don't know.
I'd say she's good.
Yeah, I think good. She's got some moments. She's
dealing with a big breakup. You gotta give it up to Aaron on a good day.
Okay. Yeah, throw in good.
Subject to change.
Nice baseline.
Sydney.
That's like a meh, or I don't dislike or hate her, but she's just kind of a nothing entity other than her physical appearance reminds me of somebody. So that's like the only thing that's overly remarkable. But
I'd say meh.
I don't
Yeah,
know. What are you thinking? Nah, yeah,
that's fair.
no.
The Wizard.
I mean, the Wizard's iconic. He's iconic.
Mm-hmm. I kind of think that there should be one person in a tier of his own, but I'll put him in iconic.
Oh, if we want to do it that way, then Coach is the most iconic.
Yeah. Yeah,
I want to go
I
that
feel
way.
like
But
that's how it should be. I think just Coach and iconic.
I think honestly, that's not a bad idea. I think that's true.
Because I do like
That's
Steven a
really
lot,
it.
but in terms of
Yeah,
entertainment, I mean, it's not even
yeah. I mean,
close.
there's really ultimately one icon in this season. It was him.
Yeah.
So
Sandy Cheeks, sex kitten.
the sex kitten herself. Uh,
I mean, is she great? Is she great? Does she go right in there?
I think she's kind of great. I mean, she was my pre-jury gem.
Exactly. I mean, the pre-jury was not
So I mean,
great. I
she's
mean, I'm
pretty.
sure that none of
It
them will
wasn't
end up
great,
any
but
higher than good, but
no. But except for her, she was just she was a very entertaining lady. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but
yeah.
her
One of
energy was
those,
really
though,
fun.
it's like when you cast them, they're almost guaranteed to flame out immediately, unfortunately, but
Yeah. Well, Sandy, you had the mistake of being old.
bad
What the
first
heck?
impression. I'll never get over that.
Bad first impression. Yeah.
Like, he scolded her like she did something wrong by just existing on the island. I wouldn't be smiling if I
So
were you.
good. Yeah, I wouldn't be smiling. Don't smile. They hate you. I kind of hate you too. All
Taj.
right. You love her. Love
I
Taj.
would put her in great, probably.
I love her.
You
Oh,
love her?
okay. Why is that?
I mean, I just don't think she's on the same level as some of the others that'll probably end up in love. But I do think she's great.
You know, yeah, maybe top of great is probably a good spot. I think I kind of agree.
But she's got, I mean, what you can ask for in a casting choice. It's fun personality, also strategic chops. She's clearly there to play the game, not just coasting. She's so passionate about the Exile Alliance. I mean, you do have, and you still always have the iconic moment with the loved one and Eddie George after that. So
Right. Great stuff.
yeah. It's great. It's great stuff.
Yeah.
Spencer. He's the youngest. Youngest to ever play Survivor up to this point, at least.
He's just a wee lad.
Yeah. He really gave us nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of it's like meh to dislike. It just
Yeah,
I don't
I'd
know if I'd
say
go so far as to
meh.
dislike, but
Again,
meh.
this tier list is toxic, but
This tier list is toxic.
because it's like you're so hesitant. You don't want to say you dislike or hate someone. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we'll wait a little later on. We'll get to that.
Yeah, she's coming. Yeah.
She's coming.
Jerry, look at that smile.
Look at the smile of the season right there. My
I
gosh.
think Jerry's low key great casting, but
but he
maybe
ultimately
good.
ended up being
I would say good, actually.
good.
What do you
Yeah,
think,
his one little featured moment in the one episode he did something in was kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, it's just like he's good.
Right there.
But no chance to do nothing.
Yeah.
Because he got sick.
It's harder than the army or whatever he was in. You know.
Yeah.
So there you go. Debbie, the principal. Little Debbie.
Little Debbie.
Deborah.
I put Debbie in like meh. You hate her?
I hate her.
I kind of hate her.
I would put her in hate. So,
Now let's, you know what? Let's do it. Let's put her down there. She was very She was a very
she's
frustrating
my
player
least favorite of the
the whole
season.
time.
I think she just
Yeah.
her personality is kind of grating. It was kind of like even if Sierra's this evil person, she just came off like really not good in that
It was
scene. It's like she's holier
it,
than thou type.
it's yeah, I was gonna say there's like a judge. It's a time about auras. There's a
Yeah,
judgmental aura around her,
yeah,
like at all times.
yeah.
So, yeah,
And she just didn't give me the entertainment. There's no moments I can think of that like, well, that was a fun Debbie moment.
yeah. It's just
You
like,
know.
well, let's bully. Let's bully
And talk to the hand.
people. Talk to the hand.
JT.
You love
How
him.
much are we drinking the Kool-Aid on JT?
You love him. You love him.
You love
I think
JT?
we love JT.
There's an argument that he could be great also, but I
Yeah.
think as much as he is an amazing winner and everything, might be enough to bring him up to love. Because,
Yeah.
personality-wise, he isn't like the most, amazing thing in
There's
the world, but
right.
put him there next to Steven.
Next was but the warrior and the wizard. There they are.
That's right.
We hate her, apparently.
You have to hate her. That's what they told us to do.
We have to. They told us the whole time that we have to hate her.
I would say good at the very least.
Yeah.
Maybe
I would say
great
that
for
as
her
well.
melodramatic performance. I mean, it's for that alone, maybe.
Yeah, the tears streaming down her face is like snot coming out. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
Where do you think? Where would you?
No,
put
yeah,
her?
I'd probably put her top of good, if not in great. I really liked her a lot, honestly, as in terms of the entertainment value.
But we got on the screen, with all of her
she had a lot of drama.
slurs edited out.
Apparently, yeah. What we got on the screen, yeah, that's can neither confirm nor deny because that's hearsay.
Whatever godforsaken things she said on that island.
Yeah, for real.
Incur the wrath
It'll
of
stay on
everyone.
that island, apparently. Yeah.
Because I kind of think she could be great.
Yeah, no, I actually
I'll put her at bottom of great.
no, I think she could be. Yeah, bottom of great would be good. I think that works. I think that works.
I mean, she's one of the fun characters that we see in the merge. Like the tension, all the tension around her. Where would you put Tyson?
Tyson's either in great or love. I think Tyson's pretty great. I'd say.
I would put him at the top of love. For me personally. So you tell me where you would put him. You can meet.
Maybe between the two. Let's put him between the two. He'll be splitting up the duo here.
Okay.
How's that? No, you know what? I think I agree with you. Put him at top of love. Top of love. You'll love him.
There we go.
Snarky ass comments.
Yeah. It's my kind of sense of humor. I like some of my favorite confessionals, for sure this season. So
yeah, he had some pretty lovely moments.
Mm-hmm. All right, Candace.
Candace probably had the potential to be a great player. It ended up just being kind of meh at the end of the day.
Yeah. I can put her at the top of meh.
I would put her at the top of meh.
She showed more personality in the couple episodes than these two.
Yeah. And these two jokers, yeah, it's true.
And she had to deal with the coach's little harassment moment.
All right.
Really tried to lick her and was being weird.
It was very strange. Now speaking of which,
and for that reason,
he's iconic. for that reason, right there, he's going there. The weird, the bizarre, the strange weirdo himself,
The Dragon Slayer.
visitor from another planet, the coach, the Dragon
I
Slayer.
mean, we said it in the review. Someone commented it, and we kind of agreed that he's like the best casting choice since Rupert, perhaps. Was Jeff's
Yeah,
quote.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
I think I don't know what his submission tape looked like, but I feel like as soon as they get a read of him, they're just like, we have to
Where do
put
they
this
just
man on this
find him?
show.
Or do they just find him out there adventuring somewhere, like
Maybe he could have been just like
conducting an
conducting,
orchestra?
and
Yeah.
then conducting. He's conducting an orchestra, and then he turns around and he starts telling a story about how he almost had his ass eaten by natives while he
Yeah.
was going down the Amazon River. Yeah.
And that's the PG-13 version of that story. Oh boy. But yeah,
right.
we've said so much about Coach. I mean, we've said it all season long. We said it in the review. You know, it's just speaks for itself. All right, Joe.
What a fascinating person. Joe, I dislike Joe. Just put him in dislike. Maybe hate.
I
I
kind
hate.
of
Do we
hate
hate
him.
Joe? I
I kind of hate Joe.
yeah, I kind of do too. Maybe not as low as Deb, but like
I don't know. I think he's the worst. Like I said, Debbie's my least favorite, but I think he's probably the worst casting of the season. Like he gave me nothing, and he was actually there for all the way till the
he was there for a
merge.
while. He was there for a while, and he kind of
Mhm.
gave us nothing. It's true.
So the way he went out, kind of iconic in a ball of glory, blaze of glory.
Blaze of glory in our
But we
imagined
had to make that up
scenario.
for his
Yeah.
ass because he would never. He would
Yeah,
never.
no. I hate. Get him out. Get him out. Get him the hell out.
Brendan, the multimillionaire,
Brendan.
bare naked, bare naked's Brendan.
That's right. Bare naked's Brendan.
Um,
I don't feel like overly strongly about Brendan. I don't think he's like I don't think he's dislike even. Because he was an entertaining person, but it's almost maybe in spite of the fact that he was involved, because like his involvement was bizarre in this season, where it's just like, I'm gonna make it all cross alliance with these other tribe mates, and then didn't follow through on it at all.
I mean, we get so much of a focus on him early on because he's a mover and
Yeah,
shaker. He's trying to do stuff, and he is. You have to
yeah,
show him on Exile trying to form this thing. It doesn't amount to anything, but and he's like
yeah.
Sierra's one ally. Shout out to
Right.
that. But I do think he would be meh
Yeah, I think he's best served in meh tier.
below Candace. Honestly.
Yeah, I think so, honestly. Yeah.
And we save the first for last.
Yeah, I guess
First one
so.
out, Carolina. Uh,
I don't know. I mean, I don't maybe dislike or meh. I don't, but the thing is, I don't know. It's tough when these first vote out
yeah.
people are always kind of
I think she
difficult.
would have. I think that's enough to to justify leaving dislike empty. I don't think she's bad enough.
I think that's true. Yeah,
You know,
I would agree with that. Yeah,
because
she's not hate
she
worthy.
could have been
She's not.
fun.
I don't really dislike her. She was fun in the episode we had her in.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny. Like, I think we both had a good laugh about that. Like, wow, she realized the error of her ways. She seemed legitimately like taking advice to correct.
Somewhere right here.
Yeah, right
Above
there,
or
right in the
below?
middle.
In the middle. There you go.
Right in the middle. There it is.
There it is. Just look right to you.
Looks right to me.
I mean,
I think that
ultimately,
looks right to
I
me.
think this just tells us we're lucky we got who we ended up with in the end game of this season. You know, the
Yeah,
our
it's
merge
true.
people really
Yeah.
carried.
They did. Big time. Yeah, I mean, that's like Deb is like the only exception to that. But
Yeah.
like it does skew pretty positive overall, I think. Like, even the Met people, a lot of them are early vote outs, but Carolina, Candace, I think we both sort of agreed would have maybe made for interesting characters as the season went on. I mean, I could even say the same with
Jerry, Spencer.
Jerry. I kept thinking like Will. I'm like, who's Will? I don't know. I don't know who Will is. I keep thinking of Will. No Will. Yeah, Jerry.
Jerry almost feels like someone who was inevitably not going to be long for the game, but would have been. He was a fun presence and like nice guy.
Yeah.
Great smile, all around.
Nice guy, great smile. The what you want to look for in a survivor.
There it is. I mean, that's pretty much it for the ranking video here. We ranked it all. The season we got it at number. You have it at number 5. I have it at number 7. You have JT at number 3. I have JT at number 1. And here's the cast. All right, that'll do it for Survivor Tocantins.
Pretty great cast and pretty great season of the show. So
yeah, and
I don't know how Samoa will shake out, but
yeah,
we certainly have had some good Survivor, and I'm sure we'll have plenty more good to talk about in the future.
That's right. And so Samoa next week, episode 1.
That's right.
Survivor Samoa, and then we keep it pushing.
Right. We've almost watched 20 seasons of this show. That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah. There's no other show I've watched that many. Well, yeah, Survivor will always have the record probably, but I've watched 26 seasons of Big Brother, and good amount of The Amazing Race too. But Survivor's in a league of its own. Yeah.
Big time.
So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel for more Survivor every week. And if you're new, I mean, there's a huge back catalog to go check out. And
very big.
In the meantime, why don't you go check out, well, this is a fun one. Alec assembles his dream Survivor All-Stars cast.
Oh. Interesting. That was circa 2022?
Says 4 years ago, just on here. Let me see.
Oh. Okay. 2021 then?
2020, December 15th, 2020.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably right before we did All Stars?
Yeah, it was a video leading up to it. It was right before. And I revealed what the cast was. That was fun. That was one that got some traction because I shared it on Reddit. I thought people would be curious to see someone's like first time watching through the first 7 seasons to see that. That's an interesting one to go back on because it's really like a time capsule, like All Stars of like the first 7 seasons, and now we've like All Stars was number 8 and we just finished 18, so we've already come a long way just from that timeline. We had Micronesia at 16, which was like kind of an All-Stars thing. So, but it's cool. It's a fun video.
But the All-Stars was such an interesting thing because I remember when announcing it, I remember there were a couple names and I was like, who?
Like Amber.
Yeah, like Amber, for instance.
But what a time. What a time it was. All right. Thanks for watching. And on to the next one.
All right.